why do the big sellers on this platform, on YouTube, why do a lot of them not even talk about this method that can actually, it's almost doubled our impressions over 3 days? Hey guys, welcome back to the Hat House. Appreciate you guys tuning back in. My name is Steven, and Mary will be with us shortly, but you guys know her. Somebody pointed out the other day that I didn't do a real good job introducing myself, and I know we got new people all the time coming to the videos. Appreciate you stopping by. We had an awesome weekend in sales. We're gonna do things a little differently this weekend. We're actually gonna ship on Sunday because right now we have 105 orders to ship. And I'm going to share with you guys in this video exactly what we did to kind of boost our sales. And it's really twice as much as we've been doing. So it's really awesome. It's not hard. It's really easy. It's something people have talked about before, but I have a little twist on it. I'm going to share that with you guys. First, we're going to get up to my favorite hats, as always, that came into the Hat House and that we got listed. Some really cool ones. So let's check them out. First up is a hat you should probably know if you sell many hats. This is Gorin Brothers. This is a cash cow hat. They have all different kinds. They have goats on them. They have chickens or cocks on them. They have all sorts of different animals. They're really cool. I actually didn't list this one on eBay. My risk tolerance is pretty low. Gorin Brothers does come after and do Veros on their hats sometimes. You want to make really sure that yours is real. I'm like 100% sure mine is real, but I still didn't put it on eBay just because I don't really want to mess with it. If I do get a Vero, but I'm sure this one's real. Your risk tolerance may be different. If you want to put it on eBay, then go for it. But Gorin will occasionally take the hats down. And the reason is there are a bunch of fake ones out there. This hat is one of the most reproduced. People buy these patches and just slap them on a Gorin Brothers looking hat all the time. And then they try to pass them off as Gorin Brothers, or they'll put in the title like Gorin Brothers or something like that. But these hats will sell between $30 and $40, especially if you have a really cool patch. I think the Cash Cow patch is pretty good. So I went ahead and put it on Macari and Poshmark and Depop. We'll see how it goes. But this was a really cool hat. Definitely be on the lookout for this label right here. This is Gorin Brothers. And this is the tag on the inside. Awesome hat right here that came into the Hat House. Next up, you may have noticed I've got a different hat on, and it kind of clashes with my red, but this is not a fashion statement channel. This is about hats, and I'm ready for baseball season. I like the tail sweep design on this Orioles hat, so I decided to put this one on today. It's a $20 hat, but it's kind of cool. It's just one of those brands that I came across. It's staple. It's called the Pigeon brand. It's got a really nice embroidered pigeon on it. These go for about $20. They're pretty desirable. This hat is pretty cool. They come in dad hats. Staple makes all sorts of different kinds. And it even says on their label, world-renowned pigeon brand. Staple hats do pretty good. About 20 bucks, but usually sell pretty fast. Next up, I bring up this one because it is Star Wars, and there's a lot of cheap Star Wars hats out there that aren't going to sell for more than $10 or $15. I think I'm going to get a little more for this one. The ones that are on the New Era tags do a little bit better. This one's also well made, flex fit, large, extra large. Has the Rogue. This is the Rogue Squadron logo. Has the Rogue Squadron spell out on the back. I think I'll come in around $25 to $35 on this one. They're pretty hard to find. I think I have the only one like it out there right now, so that always helps. Next hat that I was really excited to find. This is a Manchester United. Soccer hats do awesome. This is, you always want to make sure that these are legitimate too. Has the Manchester United tag inside, and it is New Era, and it was a strap back. I thought it was a really cool color, just black and white with the logo on it. Probably $25 to $30 on this one. Soccer hats do really well, and they have a great following. A lot of times you'll send these overseas as well, and it'll be an international sale. Next up, I want to talk about Puma hats a little bit. There's a lot of Puma hats out there that are $10 hats. The ones with the P on them are the ones the golfers typically wear. And I think this one with the P and the palm tree, I think it'll do really well. Always be on the lookout for the one with the P. They're a lot more in style right now. Puma hats, this one is called Palm Tree Crew. I think it'll do awesome with being a snapback as well. And the P logo, I think it'll be about a $20 hat. Next up, really good source off of Whatnot. This, I think I paid $10 for it, but I want to get about $40, maybe $50 for this one. This is a vintage 3-bar, The Game. It was made in the Dominican Republic. So yeah, late 90s, Tennessee, Volunteers, always does awesome. Great college brand, super clean on the inside, still got great shape, nice, great condition. 3-bar The Game, 40 bucks. Next up, this is a script. This is by New Era, actually. It's a New Era snapback, but this design will always sell really well. San Francisco 49ers script, pretty clean on the inside. Still expect to get about $25 for this one. I think it's a really cool colorway that they got. The black and the white you don't see all the time. And it's really clean on the inside. I expect at least 25 bucks for this one. And always be on the lookout for the script, especially the ones that are in really great condition. Next up is you want to be on the lookout for alternative logos, alternate logos for teams. This is Vegas Golden Knights, kind of hard to track down. They usually have like the knight in the shield on the front. But this one is Vegas Golden Knights by Mitchell and Ness. It will sell faster and probably for a little bit more. I expect 20 to 25 for this one because this logo is a little bit harder to find. And it can do a lot better. So always be on the lookout and price up those alternate logos that are hard to find out there. Next one, I learned as well. This is a hat brand called 22. Far Rock is like Queens, New York. This was a really awesome hat. It had these patches and embroidery all around the side, talking about Far Rock, America, New York, Queens, New York. Here is the label, 22. This will be about a $40 to $50 hat. A really cool streetwear brand right here. Always be on the lookout for 22. They make a lot of cool design hats, snapbacks usually. And I got 3 of these actually, just a little bit different styles, a couple of Farouk, and then another one that has LA baseball on it. Really cool hats right here. Be on the lookout for 22. Next up, I bring up this one because it has a really cool, PVC patch on the front. And it's a really well-made hat. It's made by, pretty sure it's Richardson, but it says Zapped on it. Really cool hat, really well-made. And about any logo on the front, you can sell these. Motorrad, I think, makes, I looked it up earlier. What does Motorrad make? They make like thermostats for cars, and they make parts for cars basically, but it was really more about the having a good brand on it and being this style with a really cool patch on the rope will make this hat sell for at least $30. Mine was in like new condition. Anyways, awesome condition, awesome style right now, $30 easy. Next up is a certain type of Hurley hat that you want to be on the lookout for. This is, I'm sure I will pronounce it wrong, Hawaii. It's Hawaii. I think it's an island on Hawaii, but there's also a Hurley hat that says Hawaii with the Hurley H on it. Those go for more than a regular Hurley hat. I think I'll get this one being camo too, makes it good. There's a couple out there priced in the 30-ish range. The Hawaii ones you always want to look up. You can price those up. They do really well. This is a snapback Hurley hat. This one will go for the more than your typical Hurley though. Be on the lookout for the ones that say Hawaii on them. And then last up, kind of like the first one, you want to make sure that you have a genuine hat before you list it on eBay. You want to double check it. If you have any doubts that it might be just printed on to this is a BMW hat, and a lot of times you get a BMW logo that's printed onto a cheap Port & Company or a cheap Legacy hat or something like that, and you don't have authentic. But this one is authentic. It's got like 6 tags in here. It's got the BMW right here. It was put on a flex fit hat. The logo is really high quality. You can see the other logo on this side. Just make sure that they are legitimate. Before you put them on eBay, you will get Veros for these car hats a lot of times if you're putting the ones up there that people just slap logos on them. But this one I expect to get around $30. A really nice BMW hat right here. All right, before we get to some of the banger sales that we had, let's talk about why we had such a great past 3 days. On Friday, we did around $900. On Saturday, we did almost $1,200. And Sunday, we did around $900 to $1,000 as well. I'll show you the graph here. But why did we double our sales? That's the question. I'm going to bring Mary in, and she's going to talk a little bit about, we talked to an eBay sales advisor a couple of weeks ago, and one of our viewers, I think it's Florida native. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. But he pointed out, why didn't we have any Poshmark or Mercari sales? And that is a long answer. But basically, our inventory was a little messed up, and we wanted to make sure we went in and delisted and relisted everything on eBay after the conversation that we had. So let's kind of hear what eBay told us we needed to work on our account.
Yeah, he ended up telling us that we had about 70% stale listings. Anything listed over 90 days, I believe, is what they consider stale, and that's a lot. So we didn't, if we had it cross-listed on Poshmark and every other site, we couldn't delist and relist easily because your inventory would get messed up and the dates that they were listed. And if you delist it from eBay, it's not delisted from Vendoo, and so it's double the work. So we took everything off of the other sites and were able to delist and sell similar on eBay, and it really has increased our sales quite a bit. Another thing he talked about was our item specifics. With hats, you really can't put a whole lot in there. There's really not a whole lot to put in there. So, I mean, there's really nothing we can change there, but...
Yeah, that was the main point. Everything else was really good. He talked about free shipping a little bit with us, and I told him I'm never doing it again. And he's like, well, why? Why won't you do free shipping? Because if I mark something for $10, they offer $5. If I mark it for $15, they still want it for $10 free shipping. But if I had $15 with shipping, then they would consider $10 with shipping. So I'm never doing free shipping. It won't be something that we change again. Not going down that road. But why do the big sellers on this platform, on YouTube, why do a lot of them not even talk about this method that can actually, it's almost doubled our impressions over 3 days? Why is it that they don't push it or let you know about it or almost discourage it for you from doing it? And a lot of it comes down to because they can't do it. And the reason they can't do it is because they have a date-based inventory system. So if they delisted and then sold similar and relisted it, they would completely lose the date that they listed it. And since their inventory is in a date-based system, then they would never be able to find the item, which is totally understandable. But it works. And you can see the graph. I'm going to put it up right now. So right before we went on vacation, I started doing it a little bit. And you can see the graph kind of goes up. Then we go on vacation. We stop listing. The graph goes down. It hits the bottom. We come back from vacation. And then the impressions take a huge turn up. We did list a lot of items as well as delisting and relisting. So those two things combined did help. But I do know that the delist and relist helped as well because I've sold a ton of hats that I delisted. I did drop the price a little bit on those hats and then relisted them. We got a lot of combined orders over the past few days too because people are taking advantage of the deals. But also just some hats that were kind of lost in... I sold a Masters hat today. It only sold for like $9 or $10, but that should have sold a long time ago. It just kind of got lost in the weeds and it got found and somebody found it when I relisted it. So it's really helped our sales. If you guys aren't doing it, Vendoo does have a delist and relist option. but we found that some of our inventory was not right. So we wanted to kind of get a fresh start on Vendoo. So we delisted everything that was cross-listed, and we're gonna start fresh with Macari and Poshmark. I'm probably gonna wait to see if the sales die down a little bit, which they probably will. We can't keep up this $1,000 to $1,200 a day, but I want to be around $800 or $900 for sure. So we'll see what the sales kind of do over this next week. If we get a lull and we get more time actually to do some relist or cross listing, we'll pick that back up, and then we'll be able to have our inventory better to where we can just delist and relist from Vendoo. The only problem is you can only do 10 at a time. On eBay, if you delist and then sell similar, I can do 100 or 200 at a time, and I can be done in about 4 or 5 minutes going through that process. If you want to see exactly how I do that in a future video, let me know down in the comments. I can kind of do a walkthrough of how to do the delist and then sell similar. But let's get to the sales that we have had, because there are some great sales that went out, and also just some great bargains customers got from this delist and relisting. All right, first going out on our huge sales weekend, 2 retail arbitrage. I think I got both these at TJ Maxx. $5 I spent on the visors and like $9.99 on the Nike OU hats. This one went out for around $18. This one out for around $13 on 2 OU hats. Next up, we had a combined order. This one's going overseas, international. We had one nice Adidas panel corduroy hat, Corona hat, a Pro Bowl hat, and Life is Good hat, a UPS Racing hat, and another Coors hat right here. All these going out for around $80 across the pond. Great sale. All right, next up was this Detroit Tigers. It was in beautiful shape. It went out for like $23, 7 5/8, great size. This one was low profile, and just because they're low profile doesn't mean you have to take a lower price on them, because people are looking for these, and when they find it specifically, they'll pay what you're asking. I think I had it priced around $25, took $23. Next up was a Nike golf hat. This one went out for like $15, really cool, had the spell out, went for a little more than most of the dad hats. It was a little older on this Nike golf tag, really cool golf hat, and it was the cotton one, strap back dad hat. Next up, here's one that got caught on the delist, relist. That was really cool. I think I had it priced around $28 the first time I listed it, and then priced it for $20, took $15 offer. Really cool. It had a F-16 Eagle on the front, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Really nice vintage hat right here with the rope on it. Had some of the threads were coming loose a little bit, but I think it was a manufacturer defect because it was super clean, like new. Next up is one I had listed for quite a while. It was a delist and relist. It was on the game. Sometimes they just don't go for as much as you think they will. It was listed for about 6 months. Ended up taking just $15 for this just to get it moving. Utah Jazz, vintage. And like I said, the basketball stuff just does not go for as much as the other things do. Most of the time, as a general rule. This one was really cool too. It was even numbered, like 1,473 out of 2,000, but $15. Next up was a really good one. I delisted and relisted this one as well. Sold it for like $49. I think it was priced in the $100 range to begin with. The college teams with the big swoosh on them from the 90s. They can do really well. Finally got this one sold. I had it for a long time, priced up, but relisted it for $50. Happy to get that after 6 months. I think we both got a pretty good deal because this is a great vintage hat right here. Next up, this one went out for $44 in a couple of days. It was really cool. This is like a racing KTM GoPro Troy Lee Designs, big patch on it. Had a lot of sponsor patches all over it. Snapback, $45. I think we both got a great deal. This is a super cool hat, and $45, great price, sales price, and pretty good deal for the buyer. This is pretty cool. I took a $15 offer on it, but it was a vintage Calvin Klein Obsession. Probably could have held on for a little bit more, a little bit longer, but it was going international, and I'm sure the shipping was ridiculous. So I went in and took $15 since we were having such a great weekend. I'm ready to sell some hats. Next up is one of the better visor sales you'll see. This one went out for $22, $132. Kentucky Derby is coming fast. Any Kentucky Derby stuff that I have has been selling. This is a strap back by the game. Kentucky Derby, $23. Great sales price on a visor. Next up, another great $50 sale that we had this weekend. Vintage starter Bulls, 70. I guess it was our 70 win season on the starter. This was twill, but still went out for $50. It was a super cool embroidery on the front. Nice vintage starter hat. Always on the lookout for those, and the Bulls sells pretty well. It's one of the exceptions to the basketball rule is vintage Bulls. Next up, they got a really good deal on this one too. Took the $18 offer. This one, kind of the vintage 80s. It was on this Drew Pearson headwear. It's not made as well as some of the sports specialties ones, but still had the tags on it. Had a little fading. It is from the 80s, but Texas Rangers snapback. Next up, polo hats are still going hot. $20 easy on these. Don't take 15. Hold out for the 20. They'll pay. They retail for $40 or $50, and the vintage ones are harder to find. Blue with the red pony. I did see Taylor Swift wearing one yesterday, so really important. If you have the brown one, I think she had brown or beige with the brown pony on it. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember exactly, but that one might even be going for more right now, but I don't think I have that color. And then chalk this up to, I'm kind of surprised. Mary was like, that's a really cool hat. That'll sell fast. And I was like, I doubt it. Washington Commanders, they might change their name again. I don't know how many people buy Commander stuff now, but $20 in 24 hours. I was happy with this. It was a cool mesh back, 950 snapback new era, but really surprised the Commander stuff still doing okay, I guess. Next up was this Brixton hat. It went out for $26, and it's just a little different than the regular Brixtons. Had this fighting bee on it, really clean condition. But a lot of Brixton hats are like 10 to 15 bucks, but this one had the cooler patch. Definitely a little bit better Brixton hat right here, and that's why it went out for over 20. Next up, this Blues Haven hat went out. It even had this hoochie coochie on the back. I bought it on Whatnot. And somebody on Whatnot, one of my friends on Whatnot was like, why did you buy that hat? I mean, out of all the hats that we're going through, I think I spent $3 or $4 on the hat, but it's like, why'd you buy that? Because I was planning on having the only Blues Heaven Hoochie Coochie Man hat that was out there. I think I came in at $38. I didn't know what somebody might offer on it, but somebody offered $20 in a couple of hours, and I took it, and they are a proud owner of the Hoochie Coochie Man hat. Next up, Boston Red Sox. The snapbacks usually don't go for as much, but this one went for $17. The black on black logos usually go for a little bit more. They're harder to find sometimes, and they sell pretty fast when you get them. Always price up the black on black logos, or I call them blackout sometimes, and different websites call them different things, but they sell pretty quick and usually for a little more. Next up was a great hat. I'm surprised. I don't remember. Did I put it in my 10 best hats last week? I should have, because Von Dutch, you always want to be on the lookout for. But kind of like I told you at the beginning of the video about the other hats, you want to, about the Gorin Brothers hats, you want to make sure that yours is real. There's a lot of fake Von Dutch hats out there. This one was the real deal. I took $35, quick sale. This one sells between $35 and $50 all the time. Really cool. Von Dutch hats do awesome. If you get the vintage ones, they can be even more. This one's a little bit newer, but still a great sell. And I was, like I said, I was ready to sell things this weekend, and decent offers I was taking. And this person was into awesome hats, and they got a great deal because they picked up this Miami Hurricanes hat that I did have on my video a couple videos ago of hats that were do well. This one sold for like
65.
Say it with some force. This one sold for
65.
$65 on this one. I priced it around 100. 65 I thought was fair. A really good deal. Top of the world. Here's the top of the world. And top of the world on the back. They make some really nice vintage hats. $65 on this. And they bought the Von Dutch. So I'm glad they got a good deal on the Von Dutch now. $100 basically they spent in the shop for these two awesome hats. And next up was this REI hat. It had the kind of the flexible bill on it, and REI hats don't go for a lot. This one went for $17 though, just because it had the rope and had the cool logo on the front. It was in really great condition, had the really flexible bill. These are a lot more in style than your regular REI hats, so $17, a little bit more than usual. And we sold our first retail arbitrage flip from our vacation. The Boston Red Sox camo was the first to go out for $23. Paid like $12 for these while we were on vacation and flipped one already. Next one I'm going to bring up just because it was really cool, and sometimes you just know you might have like the only one out there. This was a Viper demo. What did I put in the title, Mary?
Richardson 112 Plane Fighter Jet F-16.
Plane Fighter Jet F-16 Viper demo. And I priced it up for around $28, but it sold for $18. It was just really cool. And the Richardson 112s can do really well sometimes. People look for this exact model, and the F-16 fighter jet, they got a good deal. Next up, another international sales. International sales were pretty good. Took $20 for this one, then their international shipping. This was also retail arbitrage, so it's been around $12. Took $20, flipped it pretty quick. Texas Rangers, really cool American flag logo. And next up, this one went for $25. Like I said, the camo is doing awesome. And New York Yankees, you can't go wrong there. Pretty good size, large, extra large, New Era, Flex Fit. Really good sale right here. New York Yankees and camo is a great combination. Next up was on my favorite hats in the hat house last week. This was retail arbitrage. Also, I said I really wanted to get around $35 for these, and I did. Seattle Pilots, really cool Flex Fit. The original retail was $37, so getting $35 on eBay for it, I call it a win. They got a really cool hat right here too. Next up, Seattle Seahawks vintage hat right here. Went out for $20. It was on the New Era. It was New Era. Was kind of plain, but still happy to get $20 for this cool wool vintage hat. Next up, Nike SB. Everybody should know this one by now, but $26. If you don't know, make sure you're pricing up the Nike SB, Nike skateboarding, snapback. No matter what the color, usually they sell really quick and for over $20 almost every time. Next up was online arbitrage right here. Found these on the Worcester Red Sox homepage. They were selling their hats for like $4 or $5. This one sold for $20. Really happy to get $20 out of it. I always pick up the minor league stuff, especially if it's on clearance. All right, first up is one of the lots going out. We sold one of our lots of hats. It only went out for like $15 to $20, something like that. But then they also went through the store, picked out some other hats that were on sale. Most of these delisted and relisted, and then sold anywhere from $5 to $15 a piece. The total order was $100, but it's a great time for those guys to go through our store and pick out and make some good lots because we combine the shipping. So I was really happy with this sale to sell one of our lots, which is in that box, and then adding these singles onto it as well and shipping it out in one shipment. All right, next up, another polo hat. They are on fire right now. They do really well in the spring for fashion, and Taylor Swift is not hurting these sales at all. I promise you guys, even though Mary thinks I'm crazy, I really think one person like that wearing a hat, whether it's Taylor Swift or anybody, can really change the sales price and the volume and quantity that you sell of anything. All right, here's the Masters hat. It did sell for like $8 or $9. Usually Masters hats are a little bit more. Ours did have like this discoloration on the front, which probably didn't help at all with the $9 sales price, but it was American Needle 2010 Masters. And these hats are going to be super hot. When's the Masters start? It's like next weekend?
Yeah, April 8th through the 14th.
April 8th, the Masters is coming on. So any Masters stuff, need to get it sold now. It sells all year long, but right now is when you usually get the highest volume, of course, right before it starts. Next up, the golf rope hat, still doing awesome. $22 on this Eldorado, Indiana, or Indian Wells, California golf hat right here. $22 with the rope on it. Really good condition. Was okay on the crown, was a little crushed, but still, these golf hats are on fire. 22 bucks. And next up, it's a great day to be a Padre. A Padres putting it in the Dodgers' faces right now with all the Ohtani stuff. They're, I'm sure, rooting for the best for them. But this one went out for 26 bucks. Camo, can't go wrong. $39.30. Got this with retail arbitrage. Bought it for 12. Sold for 26. Next up, $26. I was getting nervous on these a little bit. I bought them for $15. AlanAdidas.com. They were on clearance. Lightweight running hats. Sticker price $30. Sold for $26, $28. Glad they started selling. I had a gift card. Had to use it up. And then made a little money on top of my gift card. So really awesome. Two of these went out. $26 each. All right, next up was this Swatch hat. It was really cool. I got $27 for this because it was vintage, like one of a kind, only one out there. And I knew Swatch, somebody would appreciate that from the 90s. Really cool Swatch hat, 27 bucks. All right, and finally, guys, do not forget to subscribe to the channel because at 3,000 subscribers, we're like 28, 25 now. We're getting closer. At 3,000 subscribers, we're giving away this awesome sports specialty script hat. So if you haven't hit the button, I need you to do it right now.